What's up, Jimmy? How are you, buddy?
What are we going on? Hey, BMitch, how we doing?
What's up, brother?
JP, honored to be with you.
Dude.
We got the South Carolina women tomorrow. That's all that matters.
Where?
Oh, that's where your money's at?
Where are you? Are you in San Antonio? Or are
I'm
you
in San Antonio. I'm only messing with you. Yes, South Carolina, third Final Four in a row. We love Don Staley. Yes, I work for Under Armour. We have Auburn Tigers here.
Ooh, I bet. So are you all in on Bruce Pearl? It would be his first title, right?
It would be his first title. I was there when he lost in 2019, pre-COVID. They were in Minnesota. Him and Chris Beard from Texas Tech went to the Final Four. But I just love Pearl as a human. I love Pearl as a coach. I equate it to like Gary Williams in terms of like he's worked hard. He's grinded his way. He deserves the title. You know, Shire's still a little young. Kelvin Sampson, not much different. Older guy. Man, they play tough. Kelvin Sampson's team is the one that's like, they were mostly all there 2 years ago, let alone last year. They only have one new guy. LJ Cryer is really good, but Florida's the team. Todd Golden and Bruce Pearl are tight. I will tell you this. Florida is really good against the spread. Florida finds ways to win. Florida following those two guys on Texas Tech. Pearl is up against it. If I had to gamble, I'd say Florida. My heart would say Auburn. From the fan base, the Dukies are back, and Houston would be that underdog blue-collar team that could just beat everybody because they're tough and they grind. But the Dukies, I hate to say it, JP, whether it's the airport, the Riverwalk, whatever, they are back because the Cooper Flag, Knuppel, and all those guys have a good team. But John Shire's done a good job. But the mystique that you and I grew up with at the Duke program is on full display down here, JP.
I bet. I don't love that.
No, you don't.
It's interesting. So Jimmy Patsos is joining us on the Rude Guest Hotline. Rude's the best HVAC products in the DMV. You know, Jimmy, it's like you kind of have, you mentioned it, you got Bruce Pearl and Kelvin Sampson coaching Auburn and Houston, older guys that have earned their keep in college hoops for decades. And then you got two, I mean, I don't even know if those dudes are 30 years old in Golden and Shire. I mean, those are young head coaches at major programs, and they're all analytics driven and everything else. Like, does this feel like not a culture fight, but
young years old?
Yeah, I mean, it's a significant difference in the four teams.
Look, I remember watching John Harbaugh lose to the Dolphins, and it was a really weird game, and the Dolphins and beat them. And I don't even know the name of the coach of the Dolphins. The nerdy guy, you know, yeah, he's kind of different guy. Quirky, got his glasses on, and there's Harbaugh. Well, Harbaugh's done better than him over time, but I was there when they beat him that day, and Tua had a great day. And everyone's
37.
Like, okay.
Yeah, in other words, BMitch, you see this all the time. I'm a Parcells guy. I like tried and true. I do like the young guys. I'm down with that. The Wizards have young players. They have a young mindset. It just takes a while. But my point is, until they do it, and I saw Todd Golden lose to Murray State in the first round. St. Peter's had beaten Kentucky, and then they played Murray State. Well, in the same region, San Francisco had lost, but everybody was buzzing about this is the guy, Todd Golden. Everybody should hire him. And when Willard got hired 3 years ago, everyone's like, you guys should have hired Todd Golden. I barely knew him. And I'm in the business. Shire's different because, you know,
he was
when you have, he's like, well, he's there. And, you know, Coach K's still up in the office, 3 days a week? You know, they're around. He wanted as a title as a player. He grinded. I knew who he was. So Todd Golden came from nowhere. And there's nothing wrong with that, B-Mitch. I'm just saying, B-Mitch, you've seen these wonder guys in the NFL and then go, can that last for 10 years? And all that. You don't know until you go. But Golden has surpassed expectations, and he's a really good coach. And they got lucky beating UConn, and they certainly got lucky beating Texas Tech. But Auburn, I'm just a Pearl guy. You know, it's not just Under Armour. He's from Boston. He's a little edgy, which I like, but he's got good personality. He goes to football games and all that stuff. But Pearl can really coach. They're deep. And Tahad Pettiford off the bench, the lefty point guard, he's the X factor. I don't think any team has a guy off the bench as good as Tahad Pettiford.
So when you look at Houston and their defense, I watched them. They cause problems for people. Will they be able to do the same thing in this Final Four?
Well, the weird thing is, B-Mitch, is that Duke hasn't had a close game yet. And Houston is always in close games. Kelvin Sampson's lost once in 3 months. I mean, they find ways to win. He helped my career. Kelvin Sampson, we went to see Charles Barkley when the oil spill happened in Alabama in a golf tournament. He was out of coaching. He sent me a bubble drill. It's how you rebound for little guys, how guards rebound. Kelvin Sampson, everyone gets better. Everybody's tough. Everyone's going to rebound. There's no softness in that program. There's firm and fair, and he's a great human. What he's done to build that program, but that's all toughness. He did it at Montana State. He did it at Oklahoma. He's done it here. Kelvin Sampson can really coach. But if the game stays tight, I like Houston. The thing about Duke that impressed me, BMitch, you're a great player, BMitch. Sometimes it's hard to win without a great player. They won without Cooper Flagg, and that was really impressive on Duke.
Mm-hmm. Duke has been really, really impressive. I'm also curious, Jimmy, you've got Auburn, Florida, Duke, especially Duke basketball is a huge fan base. Auburn and Florida are maniacal. And then I don't know the Houston fan base that well, but I'm guessing that it's Texas and it's right down the road. Like how awesome is the vibe with these 4-1 seeds making it? They're clearly the 4 best teams. Like, just how amped up is San Antonio right now?
Amped. And Houston will have a huge advantage, much like when we had to play the Duke and Carolinas in Greensboro and Charlotte.
Yeah.
As the thing, if they were to win on Monday night, whoever loses, the tickets go up for grabs. They'll have a huge advantage more Monday night. But Houston's going to, they've been to 6 Final Fours, 5 Slam and Jam. People forget this. Elvin Hayes played there. Again, he beat Kareem in the Astrodome back in the. Houston's got this storied historical program. It was down a little bit. He revived it, and now they're in the Big 12, so they're back because if you're in the Power Fours. I would say the Florida vibe is very interesting to me because they their fan base is great. They'll go anywhere. But there's a lot of back-to-backer T-shirts running around. Billy Donovan, Joakim Noah, Al Horford, all those guys, they went back-to-backs, and they're like, we're back. We had a little bit of a down year, really a down 5 years with Coach White, who's at Georgia. None of that matters. We have Todd Golden. We're back. We're in the Final Four. So you're right, JP, about the Auburn's basically a basketball school, as scary as that is to say. Florida still loves football, but they got their back-to-back T-shirts running around. But the Duke mystique is going to overwhelm everything, in my opinion. Everybody, they like to be hated. They're good at it. They're really good at being ornery in the way they got their blue on everywhere. But Houston gets that advantage, JP, if it goes to Monday. But Houston, really storied program. We have Jarris Walker, who played there, who's on the Pacers. For 40 years, they've been putting guys in the pros. But the Duke's walking around like they own the town, JP. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
That's why I want Houston to beat their ass.
Yeah, I think we're all going to at least bet Houston.
No. I hear you. Believe me. We're the guys sitting there going, really? It's like when we were in Georgetown at the bar. We had to wait in line, and the Georgetown kids in their preppy, alligator polos would pop right through and go to the front. We just had to sit there and take it, JP.
Talking with our friend Jimmy Patsos. You can follow him on X at Coach Patsos, Patsos. Watch all his work on Monumental Sports Network covering the Wizards. NBA analyst, works for Under Armour as a college hoops consultant. It's funny with Duke, man. Until you started describing that, I don't know if it's that Coach K is gone, and Maryland being out of the ACC for so long now has kind of changed how I feel about UVA. Although when UVA was really good, I certainly had some words. This Duke team does not seem that hateable. Am I missing something?
They still blue and white. Correct. You hate them.
Yeah,
I have more hate for them than damn y'all, and y'all used to hate them. I mean, come on now. I come up here and I started going with y'all. Now y'all leaving me on the hate bus, and y'all over there starting to pull for the damn team. What the hell is wrong? I'm gonna stop cheering for Maryland.
Nah, man, you paid them too much money.
Hey, B-Mitch, Dan Henning's my buddy, and Dan Henning goes, I don't care. Me and Parcells, when Giants Redskins, we didn't like each other, no chance, But in the NFC East, by the way, nobody liked anybody, as he used to say. It was like that when we were in the league with Carolina and Duke. It just was not. And Virginia was our natural rival. We beat them pretty good when I was there, but here comes Tony. I think this Duke team is likable. I think Cooper Flagg, and obviously he would be unbelievable in Washington with the young core that they have. Really a lot of good young players in Washington. That guy can be like Magic Johnson and Larry Bird and get you to like the NBA Finals in 2 years. Like I think he has the ability to win that way. Now, people remind me, Larry Bird had Tiny Archibald, Cedric Maxwell. He had Pete Maravich, Dave Collins. We know that Magic Johnson had Kareem, the best player who nobody thinks is the best. Kareem's the best player, and nobody will admit is the best player. But
Bigs
Cooper
never
Flag,
get love.
This Cooper Flag has a flair and a way, but he wants to win. I had him at the Curry camp. I had him at the McDonald's. I'm in the McDonald's all game thanks to Joey Wooten and Terry Lynn. I'm on the committee. We've been around this guy. He wants to win, and he's feisty, but he's not hateable like Leitner. He's more likable. But I will tell you this: the Duke team, as it grows, they're still Duke, and the other three fan bases will be cheering for Houston, is my opinion. But their swagger's back. Florida's swagger's back. Auburn, Pearl's done an amazing job. And Houston being the home guy, if the game gets tough and ugly, how does Houston win the Final Four? It's got to kind of be ugly and grind it out.
Yeah.
It's got to be rainy day, John Riggins type football for 2 games for them to win.
I like it.
So if it's a close game, you tend to favor Houston.
I do. If it's low scoring, yeah, he just finds ways to win, and they got guys that can make. They don't even shoot the ball well. If they shoot the ball well, it could be their weekend. But funny things have happened. Loyola Chicago was here 6 years ago. This is where Bill Self got his first title when Memphis didn't foul, and they got the 3. San Antonio, great town, BMitch. They've had some good games here. I think it's going to be a really good Final Four. But I'm hoping I want Auburn versus Duke, and Auburn to cut down the nets would be my. I want to see Pearl cut down the nets. I want to see Cooper Flag and them in the final, but not win.
I want Houston and Auburn. I mean, I win the our pool.
BMitch wins the pool if Houston wins.
Well, then I like that. What do you got, JP?
I am definitively not in last place in the pool, Bob. Jimmy,
who do you want to win it, though, JP?
I'd like it for Kelvin Sampson or for Bruce Pearl, I guess. We have our video producer's an Auburn guy, and he kind of curled up into a fetus when you said Auburn's no longer a football school, it's a basketball school. But I'm almost rooting for him because I think he has so little in his life that if Auburn could get this title, it might really matter to him.
If Auburn wins, we're not going to be able to control it.
Jimmy, White Brian, say hello to Jimmy.
Brian, I'll get you all the Auburn gear you want, brother, and just tell JP your address. I'll send you a box of Auburn gear, pullovers, everything.
All right, you heard that, Brian?
I think that would mean the world.
Brian,
to
you
him.
didn't hear what he said? He said, give JP your address, and he'll send you a bunch of Auburn gear.
Size and address. I'll send you the sneakers with the UA on them, the blue. We have unbelievable.
Oh, man. Look at that, boy. He already look hard at it.
All right, I got to go. You got to go. Give Buzz Williams a chance. Buzz Williams is going to do it his own way. Buzz Williams is a little bit of a mad scientist in a good way. Buzz Williams is a good man. It's going to be a little different, but his teams are going to play hard and get better. If there's one coach I compare Buzz Williams to, it's kind of Pearl. He'll do it his way. It's going to take a little while. But everybody out there, give Buzz Williams a chance. GW, good year. Georgetown, good year. Dwayne Simpkins, phenomenal year. The area basketball's coming back. And Buzz Williams is going to be a good addition in Maryland. It's going to be like Buzz's way. And he's a little like Chris Beard, and he's a Texas guy. But I really like Buzz. But he can coach. His teams play hard, and he makes guys better. It's going to be a wild ride. See you guys.
See you, Jimmy.
All right, Jimmy. That Jimmy boy.
Always wild ride. All right, so
that's my dog.
White Brian's gonna get some shoes. I didn't get it. I'm gonna text Jimmy.
Tell me, Brian wears a XXX and he likes green.
The only thing I wanted to tell Jimmy about White Brian was that he bets 20 cents a game. Because I can only imagine how Patsos would react to that. He might not send you anything.
Don't even bet.
I can't wait for the Final Four, dude. I have to go up to New York Sunday. If Ovi gets 3 tonight, I get to chill. But if he doesn't, I have to go up to New York on Sunday, and I'm trying to figure out my travel up there. And I really just want to watch the Final Four.
You on the train, dog?
Yeah, I have to pick Shelby up from field hockey, and I can't get on a train till like 7:30. I think I'm just gonna go Sunday morning. But it's a 12:30 puck drop in Long Island.
Hey man, make it happen, bro. You got to figure it out. You're going to work.
Yeah, one way or another, we'll be there. How do you? Obviously, you want Houston because you have them. You win. What is our pot? 360, I think.
Yeah.
So obviously you want Houston. Do you think they can beat Duke the way Duke's been playing?
I think they can. I mean, Houston been playing good too.
Yeah.
And I think Houston is a team that can match up with the length of Duke. And those dudes they have motors. I've been here for 30-something years, and I had everybody in this area despises Duke.
Yeah.
Now y'all starting to like them. Y'all starting to become pansies around here, man. I can't stand that.
I don't like them. However,
you now pulling for them. I think everybody trying to set themselves up for Cooper Flag coming here. He gonna end up in damn Utah.
Yo, I'm telling you, the Utah stuff is real. I do wonder with Houston specifically this weekend. Duke in the ACC this year, wasn't touched. They beat everybody's ass.
The ACC sucked.
The ACC sucked. I just wonder, Houston is going to punch you in the mouth right away. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a different game, dude.
If they can withstand that, then it may be something for them. But we'll see though. I just think that the little dude, Knipple, that's his name.
The Nipple, yeah.
He reminds me a little bit of Christian Layden? What's the one that used to kick people? I can't stand that little bastard. He's in the NBA now.
Oh, yeah.
What was his name?
Grayson Allen.
Grayson Allen. So he has a combination of those two. I think he's a damn good player. Can't stand him just because he reminds me of those two people together.
Got to get physical with the Nipple, clearly.
Yeah.
White Brian, what is your Houston Duke preview?
I just think Duke has way too many ways they can beat you. But if Houston can impose their physicality, they have a chance.
Bama scored 113, I think, against BYU. Duke held them to 65. They almost cut it in
BYU
half.
to 65. I mean, Bama, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, but if you
think about Bama, if Bama three-pointers are falling, you're not beating them.
Right.
When they're not falling, you can beat them. And they weren't falling against Duke.
Duke hasn't lost. I believe this is correct. Duke hasn't lost since February 8th. But I don't know the last time Houston lost.
They've lost one time in the last 3 months, as Patsos just told us.
Yeah, man. And I think the Big 12 was a way better league than the ACC this year. Duke hasn't had a single bucket game. I mean, they just kicked everybody's ass, which obviously is a testament to how good they are. But, dude, listen to these scores. 78-57 over Cal. 106-70 over Stanford. 80-62 against UVA in Charlottesville. They beat Illinois by damn near 40, maybe by 43, if my math's correct. They beat Miami by almost 40 in Miami. Jeez.
Brian would write this. Houston only loss in regulation was against Auburn.
He would write that. Yo, Duke beat, in subsequent games, Duke beat Miami 97-60. Then they beat Florida State 100-65. Then they beat Wake 93-60. They have kicked everyone's ass,
challenged.
but they haven't really been challenged.
Yeah.
Houston playing in that Big 12 is a whole. You know what I am talking myself into, Brian?
Taking the
Houston plus 5.5, baby. I like that.